In this video on Evony the King's Return, we're going to be looking at sub-cities. Here we have a Russian common subordinate city that is owned by an NPC or non-playable character. When they spawn in on the map, they're going to be NPC. If they're owned by a player, it will have the name of the subordinate city or the owner's name. So do keep that in mind. There is two different requirements for taking these or taking a real player's city that I'll get into later on in the video. But if we click this one and we click attack, you can see, because it's an NPC one, you can see this, otherwise it'll be a different screen. You can see how many troops and the tier in Roman numerals of the troops that the defending army has, and the power of it, the culture, and the buffs available. So this is going to be a good way to know which ones you're able to attack by looking at the power here, comparing it to your troop power of your march, which we can do by clicking attack. And you see mine right now is like 10 million. Yours may be higher, lower, and you can just compare again to this to know whether or not you're able to attack that city. Do be careful when you attack these. You're fairly certain to have your troops permanently die. So you have to be careful and you have to be willing to take losses. And that's why it's important to bubble up and stop other real players from stealing it from you so you don't waste your time. If we click the details tab here, we have different buffs available. Seeing as this is a Russian common city, we have in-city troop attack by 2%, trap attack by 3%, so this is going to be one for defending your city. If you wanted to be on the defense more so, it may be a good idea to get this or keep watching to see some other buffs that are available with other cultures and think about taking a few of those. These do stack, so keep that in mind as well. All sub-cities have these two bonus buffs that are able to be unlocked by having a mayor that's historic, or like the best type of general you can have. Check out some of my other videos if you're not sure what that is. And also the leadership being 900 and politics being 900 will unlock this. There's no way to upgrade these percentages. How you can get better percentages is by attacking and owning a different subordinate city. So instead of common, there are green or uncommon, just like generals, blue or excellent subordinate cities, also legendary and epic. So the higher you go on that scale, the higher these percentages will be, and that's why, for the most part, you don't really want common. You want a bare minimum of uncommon or excellent, and if you're one of those bigger players going for legendary or epic, is going to be the way to go. So you just randomly find these on the map by scrolling around on the world map. You see there's another one up here. You just scroll around, you'll find them. Another one down here. And obviously, if you get lucky, you'll be able to find one where the name is blue or yellow or whatever it is to show the common, uncommon, excellent, legendary, or epic cities. So now we've looked at that one. We'll just take a quick look at another player's one. So as you see here, you have the name and the name of the subordinate city. And it's obviously got a bubble on it. That's because it's owned by another player. So is this one over here. So when we click on this one, which is an epic, as you see, his buff is 15%. Because it's an epic subordinate city of Europe, he gets a much better percentage here, 10% on monster kill. And you can see this. You can also see the mayor that he currently has in it. If you wanted to, you could also scroll down and look at all of this, which could help you out as well as this video. Also, just quickly take a look at this other guy. As you see, he has a different mayor. And because it's China, he has 4% here and 2% here, because it's common. Remembering, again, any of these that you wanted, you think is going to help you the best, you can go ahead and get those. But obviously there's going to be certain ones that are going to be better for attacking, defending, gathering resources, and so on. As you see with this one, the name is blue because it's an excellent. When we click here, it has warehouse capacity, gathering bonus, and also if you were to try to attack this one, it would have a higher power as well. We have Japan with main city attacking troop attack. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it is just meaning the troops from your main city, when you attack another player, that you'll get a bonus 2%. Again, this goes up depending on the rarity of your city, and that's why a lot of people use Japanese and Russian for attacking with this one, or defending with Russian, and also getting your material production up, which is going to be used for getting general gear. Here we have Arab with hospital capacity and healing speed. This is going to be good, more so in the higher level um, legendary and epic Arab cities, to get that hospital capacity up so that less of your troops permanently die, and also to be able to heal them quickly. We also have America with research speed, gold production speed. This is going to be good for researching. You've got Europe for building, Korea for gathering, Japan for attacking and materials, Russia for defending, and also China for producing more resources and training more troops. So bear that in mind, they're going to stack and you can get plenty of those. We're going to click on this dot icon here and check out my subordinate cities. You can see I have plenty of Europe, 2 Chinas, another Europe, another America, and Japan. I'm not necessarily going to be telling anyone to mix and match like this. You shouldn't necessarily do that, although right now these are the ones I was able to get at the time. I got all of these myself. I didn't steal them from other players. So I just had to stick with what I could, unless I wanted to be mean. We'll just come out here. As you see, I have 8 cities available. When you click on this tab, you may have less. In a moment, I'll get into how to get that limit up. I still have 1 available if I get mine up. You can click in the information icon to check out more information if you wanted. These buttons are master buttons for all sub-cities, but if you were to click on them yourself, you also get the same buttons here. So automatic fight for other cities or accept reinforcements. So other players from your alliance can reinforce them if you tick this button, or I believe that also will mean that your main city will reinforce them by default. And automatic fight for other cities. So I have these both checked off so that when players attack my subordinate cities and try to blindside me, they cannot kill all of my generals, all of my troops. They cannot get around the fact that I have traps in my main city and so on. If they're going to steal my sub, I'd rather them steal my sub rather than kill my troops. So I have it all ticked off. But I've manually come into this one and I've turned it on because this city, it doesn't work the same. No one can attack it. It's my default one. Everyone has this one. And so I have this turned on, especially because my general, I'll get into that in a moment, why I have this general in here and what he's good for. First, we'll get into how to upgrade this city. You can only do it with the default one at the top by clicking this green icon. Depending on the keep level in this city and your ability to have gems, you can upgrade it from the common to uncommon to excellent, legendary, and finally epic, which will cost you a hell of a lot of gems. Probably more so going to be for a spender doing this. And obviously you get more training speed, production speed, and so on as you upgrade. So that's something to keep in mind that you can do. You can rename it here. Look at the total power of the city, which includes your general power. Down here we have policy. We can click that. You can keep it balanced, war oriented, or economy oriented. Personally, anywhere near the early game when you have a lowish level city, such as me, I just keep it to economy so I can make more gold, do more research, and increase the stats of my generals. And I have this like this on all of them, I believe. Material production, so producing materials for your general gear. This is going to be good to keep claiming this by going to the subordinate city building on the left side of your main city and clicking the little chest icon to claim these every 12 hours or something at least. Gold levy is going to show you your taxable income on this city and the bonus amount from research and your general, that is the mayor, and also the buffs that are available to you. As you see, I do not meet the requirements of this one, but this general in the mayor position is historic, so I've unlocked the training speed buff. Now we'll take a look at the mayor that I have. As you see, he's got almost 500,000 power, reduces ranged troop attack and mounted troop HP. This is key for subordinate cities. When you get the ability to have extra epic generals, which you may have to be a spender to do that, or have played in your server for quite some time, adding in generals such as this that have debuffs, where it says reduces something, it will work in a sub-city as long as they're a part of the war. So if you attack another player or are defending your own city or send them as a part of a reinforcement, oh sorry, actually no, it doesn't work for reinforcements, but attacking or defending, these buffs are going to be added in to your reports, and it's going to be great. As you see with older servers where people are able to have plenty of these, have duplicate generals, they'll have lots of Andrew Jacksons, Empresses, Gustavus, and so on, because these all stack. And also you can add in skills, which you can check out my other video for skills, that'll be linked down below, to add in cold production, increasing your survival rates, training speed, training capacity, and so on. So that's going to be good to add to your generals that you have in your subs. And again, here I have all historic generals in here, except this one, so I don't really care as much. And you can see all the levels here. We also, in the top here, have building tab. You can look at the building levels of all of your things in here. You can see what's currently upgrading. You can speed it up. You can see your construction speed. And you can also, which I have here, buy a second building slot right here. You'd have to unlock it for 300 gems. And that's going to help you build these up faster by having the 2 slots active. That's why it's going to be key to have your research up and a good general in your sub. Here we have the troops and the training speed. What troops are training right now? If you hit this cap and you have some lower tiers like I do, I have a tier 4 but they're training tier 6 at the moment, you can dismiss these, and also you can do an instant train, but I don't recommend really doing that unless you have a much higher level city. So now we're going to get into some researchers. So in the academy here we have subordinate city tab with the researchers. You have this top one for increasing your gold production, your city building construction, or in your subordinate city should I say, training speed, war HP, getting your second builder time up, material production, gold, your survival rates of troops, again construction, survival, materials, gold, and so on. You can also, obviously click these and see what it does. Death to survival rate just means obviously that, well, I'm sure you can figure that one out. If you don't know, just ask in the comments below on any of these. But in-city attack is going to be pretty good. Each subordinate city increases the troop attack when defending main city. These are very expensive but good researches to do. I've only got one on each right now, but maxing these out would be pretty good. And also I've mostly gone down this tree for the time being for material production, which are pretty great. As you see, I've got this one up to 10. If you do not have much gold, you're a smaller player, you don't know too much about the game, and that's why you're looking at this guide, going through this tree and spending too much gold on it is not going to be the best option. Focus on military advancement as well, tabs on the left of this before you do this. But if this is a pretty low cost, all of these researchers to come down here and unlock these ones, you can do that, because as you see here, I've only done 2 on these, but I've unlocked all these lower ones, so you don't have to upgrade these as much as you think. You can go down the tree much quicker. So here in the shrine, under the offer tab, we have our current prestige here, and you can also click up in the information icon to find out some more. If you go all the way over here, you got Knight at first for 5,000 prestige, Baron 20,000, discount 65,000, the Earl at 165, and the Duke that I'm at right now 343,000. Once I get to 700,000, then I'll be an Archduke. As you increase these levels, you get different buffs. If we go back to the Knight, you get all of these buffs, including an extra subordinate city. Baron is one extra one, then 3, and so on until Archduke has 6. This means you can get a total of 9, and that's going to greatly increase your stats and troops that you're able to send on an attack and so on. So this is going to be a great thing to use the offer each day for 25 gems at a minimum. If you're a bit of a spender or just feel like it, you can offer more, but bear in mind you're going to get a similar result for what rewards we're offering here. Depending on the amount here, it's not going to go up too much. And you can also buy tributes in the Alliance store to do it for free, more or less. And also attacking monsters and boss monsters is going to get this level up. So this is going to be the most important thing to do for sub-city slots. I currently have 8. You may have less. Keep that in mind. On that note, we're going to go back to the subs icon and talk a little bit more. As you see, I have 8 of 8 cities. If I were to try to attack another subordinate city, it would allow me, but I would not be able to take it. So bear that in mind. If you wanted to come into this uncommon, scroll down, click Abandon City. If I were to click OK, it would no longer be owned by me, and then I would have 7 out of 8. Once I've done that, then I'm able to take another subordinate city that I wanted to replace it with. If you already have your maximum amount, you cannot take another one. You have to abandon one, just as I showed you before doing that by doing these steps here. So bear that in mind when you're trying to upgrade them to abandon one first. I've done that mistake many times. When attacking a subordinate city that is owned by another player, you have to attack that city 10 times and win 10 battles against it before you will be eligible for stealing it. So you do 9 attacks, and on the 10th attack you're able to have it for yourself, and that will be a stolen sub. Will be added into your list here. But an NPC one, you only have to attack it the one time and win the battle once, and it'll be yours. If you needed a teammate to help you come over, attack the city, kill any troops in it, they could attack it 9 times and you could just attack it the 10th time, and that will also allow you to steal a subordinate city from another real player. Although bear in mind, a lot of people will use truce agreements and you'll not be able to steal those. But definitely bookmark them and keep having a look at them and seeing if they're unbubbled, and have a teammate help you steal them if you need. I think I've covered all bases so far. If there's any questions, leave them down below. If I've missed anything out, ask me down below as well. With that, I think I'll end this video. Thank you for watching.